What is a motion diagram? How you doing, guys? Today we're going to be talking about motion diagrams. So, what is a motion diagram? Now remember, we were using on Friday ticker tape diagrams. Now a ticker tape diagram, guys, is a diagram that shows the motion of an object, but it shows it as dots, guys. Now it's very important to understand that the spacing between these things, guys, is called the change in position. Now, even though the position changes, you need to understand that the time interval between dots is always the same. So time is always the same. And what do I mean by it's always the same? So if it took, guys, 1 second to go from the first dot to the second dot, 1 second, then you should take again another second for the second one, another second for the third one, and so on and so forth. So that is one thing that you guys have to always remember when you're dealing with a motion diagram. Now I'm going to give you some examples of motion diagrams so you guys can practice. Now, I have an object, guys, that is moving, and this is a motion diagram. Now, as you can see, the object moved, and I'm going to say that the time it takes to go from one dot to the other one is going to be 3 seconds. That's how long it took to move. So this object traveled from position 0 to 1 second. I apologize, I didn't say it was 1 second. Let me erase that. So I start again. We go here, right? So you have those intervals. So this is where we start with 0 seconds, and then I say that it was 3 seconds every interval. Here is 3 seconds, then here is 6 seconds, then you have here 9 seconds, and then you have 12 seconds. So this object, guys, moved for 12 seconds. So that is the overall time. So when you do your table, you're going to put your x, which is your displacement or your position, and time. So you're going to have 0, 3, 6, 9, and 12. Now, for the x, guys, if you notice, is moving at a constant velocity. What do I know is constant velocity? Because the space between the dots is the same. So let's say that this object traveled 2 meters for the same one, for the first one, 2 meters for the second one, 2 meters for the third one, and 2 meters for the fourth one. So it will be 0 at the beginning because it's not moving, and then you have 2 meters, then you add them. They have 4 meters, and then you add them. They have 6 meters, and then you add them, and then you have 8 meters. So that's very important to understand, guys, how this object is changing. So now you're able to see the displacement at a given time. So if they were to ask you what's the displacement of the object at 0 seconds, then the object has 0 displacement. If they were to ask you the displacement of the object at 4 seconds, then you can see that the object has a displacement of a little bit between 2 and 4 meters. So that's how you're able to understand that. So I'm going to give you another example because you need to understand. So I have this particular object. As you can see, guys, the object is traveling, and as it travels, the distance between the dots is increasing. So we can safely say that the object is speeding up or is increasing in velocity. So when an object increases in velocity, guys, that means that this object is accelerating. So when an object accelerates, it means that the velocity is not constant. Now you can accelerate in 2 different ways. You can increase in velocity, or you can decrease in velocity, like this other example. As you can see, the dots begin to get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. So that is the opposite of what happened earlier. So remember, guys, when you're dealing with a ticker tape diagram, you need to pay attention You need to pay attention to the spaces between the dots, because that gives you the distance, and to the time between the dots. So thank you for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day.